This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Good to have you on board here on a Tuesday. Thanks for watching on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM channel 158, the VSiN Watch app. You can also listen on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates as well. Coming up in this hour, a lot of news in the NFL to get to, including the latest mock from Mel Kiper. He mocked a player today going number 2 overall who is currently 30-1 or higher to go second in the draft. Jeff Sealey, best bets at the Cognizant Open. And here, Pauly will open the hour expanding on our NBA discussion, which we closed last hour with. And this Knicks-Cavaliers game tonight is a doozy. And the Cavaliers here at Circa sitting at 4. There are 4.5s out there as well, so definitely shop around. Total 230, 2.5. Cleveland on the year, 7-21 ATS against teams that have a winning record. But this is a different team right now, obviously. And I don't put too much stock into that loss against Oklahoma City. Just the Thunder couldn't miss in that game. I think they started 14 of 22 from deep.
Yeah, it was like 28-5 as well. I know. Number one, I think we have to take a step back and look at the Allen props now that Mobley's back.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Allen's been so good since they acquired Harden and just running to the rim and getting the easy baskets and alley-oops. But let's proceed with caution with that now. It's something to think that the Knicks are all in this year, championship or bust, after what Dolan said. You go to the conference finals and fire Tibbs, and you're probably going to be the 4 seed because the Cavs' schedule is so easy the rest of the way. And you're right, the Celtics look like they're going to win this division with 2 games up on the loss column on the Knicks. So I think 4.5 is too rich. I would expect points tonight. But then again, it's still hard to get a read on Cleveland that they are playing well. It's rejuvenated Mitchell, and he's been great with the Harden acquisition, but they've also had a nice go on the schedule with who they've played.
Right. This will depend on price, obviously. How many teams in the East would you like the Knicks against? Again, based on the overall number, but, I mean, they were absolutely pounded by Detroit this year. Probably don't like their matchup there.
That's a bad matchup, but I like them against other teams, yes.
Would you like them against the Cavaliers, or do you need to see tonight?
Yeah. Well, I would think it'd be a good matchup, yeah.
Okay. What about the Celtics?
Yeah, they just killed them on the road.
Yeah.
It also depends on what happens with Tatum. I know what happened last year in the playoffs, but the Celtics were just so reliant on the 3, and they blew that series, even though they were such big favorites. But like them against Toronto, like them against Philly, and that could be the 3-6 matchup, too, with people wanting the first round.
All right. Somebody I respect told me last night that they liked the Suns in this game, even if Brown was going to play. And they liked them first quarter, talking about the Suns. And they're without, again, no Brooks, no Booker. Last check, Grayson Allen was questionable. In fact, I'm on the official NBA injury report as we speak, and I'll have an update for you on a second. Still questionable right now. But the Celtics are down to 5 here because there is no Jaylen Brown in this game. What do you think about that? Total here was 211, now 206.5. We saw this. The Suns couldn't score against Portland the other night.
Yeah, you're out 4-6 with Brooks. Again, we mentioned you can lay that 280 on the Lakers to win the division. He's out 4-6. Booker's hurt. You got a 3-game lead in the loss column. I think you got to lay that 280 with the Lakers. This one's tough. No opinion on this one. Because the Suns had the nice win against Orlando, and Green was 6 of 26 in that game.
I know.
Before he hit the game winner.
Pauly, he went under his points prop of 16.5 in that game. He finished with 16, and he was 6 of 26 from the floor.
Lakers, do they bounce back? You asked the question on during the break, a letdown for the Celtics after they go to Los Angeles and kill the Lakers. Lakers are laying 5.5. They have won 10 in a row when they're favored. They've lost 11 in a row as underdogs. Every loss but 3. 19 of the 22 losses are by double digits. 34 and 22, yet they have a negative point differential.
Tough
but
to
I
do.
think it is a tough spot, though, for Orlando as they continue this West Coast road trip. And you think you get the Lakers and J.J. Redick in a foul mood after what happened to the Celtics as they honored Pat Riley and then embarrassed themselves in the second half.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers win and cover.
Okay. What else are you hot and heavy on tonight? Because I got a bunch of stuff that I like.
Okay. I would say the over in the Heat-Bucks game.
I would agree.
Also, we have to go right back to Porter Jr. Look at his points and his assists. He continues to go over his assists, although there's been an adjustment here. It's up to 7.5 at DraftKings. That's gone up, but he keeps going over his assists. And from Milwaukee, it's been nothing but Porter and Rollins scoring night in, night out. And it's been a nice run with all these guys out for Dallas, what Middleton and P.J. Washington have done. So I'd look at those guys' player props and take a look if you want to do some stuff and get creative and maybe ladder or maybe just parlay some stuff as well. That these guys, Middleton's been great, taking a lot of shots. So was Washington. But what Porter's doing, and remember, before they got punked Sunday in Toronto, the Bucks had won 6 of 7. And they were dogs in a lot of those games.
Yeah, is this number too high here in the game?
Yeah, it could be. Yes.
Also, well, I will point this out.
It appears that now they're going for it and they're trying. They're playing good ball.
I think we have to bet the total in this game over 220.5. But Miami is 12-3 ATS against the lowest scoring teams in the league. Teams scoring below 114 points per game. They've had their way with them at 12-3 overall against the spread. But I think 228 can be had here with these two teams. And that's been the story of the Heat for a lot of the year. Obviously, that fast pace came back to the pack, obviously, a little bit. But I will give you this. In the Wolves-Blazers game tonight, now we're talking about some key guys being out. There's no Avdia. There's no Sharp. That's on Portland's side.
Can't trust Minnesota, though. They did it again.
Yeah.
They played Sunday at home against Philly, no Embiid, and they caught the Sixers on a back-to-back, and they got run out at home laying 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This total is 235. The Blazers, this is BetLab Sports, the Blazers at home when facing divisional opponents, 26-4 since 2002, going over by 10 points per game. The total is 235. But again, no Avdia, no Sharp tonight. Here's the guy that I'm attacking. It's Donovan Clingan. Now, on the website today, Zach Cohen wrote about Donovan Clingan's assist prop, which makes some sense, and I tailed him on that over 2.5. I got plus 122. But if you look at Donovan Clingan's game log, in February alone, he's played 9 games. He's had 2+ blocks in 7 games. I'm going to throw the one game out. They lost 157-103 against Denver. He played 19 minutes. That was a bloodbath from the get-go. Against the Wolves this year in 2 prior games, 2 blocks and 1 block. I played over 1.5 blocks with him tonight at plus 116. I think that was worth it on that with that plus price. And then the other one here, this is the team I was talking about before the break. The Hornets are now either, depends on where you look and how you grade it, they're either tied with the Suns or they're the best team in the league at covering numbers. They're 36-22 on the year, 26-12 since December 1st, 18-7 ATS since the beginning of the year, January 1st. Kneppel in February, 4.5 makes from downtown on 9.5 attempts. His last 6 games, 5, 7, 3, 4, 5, and 6 made threes. The Bulls are dead last on defense and 3-point percentage allowed, 37.6 on the year. Kneppel is on this tear where he might take the Rookie of the Year from Cooper Flagg. He is eventually, and I think sooner than later here, going to set the all-time 3-point mark by a rookie. And he's been super hot, as I pinpointed there. I played over 3.5 plus 110 today for him. Had to be a bet. In this spot, red hot, and against a really bad Bulls defense. But overall, the total is 233. Isn't that a touch high?
Yeah.
Last 10 games, the Bulls ranked 29th in offensive rating and points per 100 possessions. The Hornets are playing at the second slowest pace in the NBA, and they've allowed the 4th fewest shots per game. Charlotte limited them to 99 points when they played over a month ago. Good tweet here from my buddy Joe Osborne. So he likes their team total under 112.5. I think the game total, 233, also might be a little bit high.
All good points. Yep. Cosign.
Now, Charlotte's played 2. I got to point this out. They have played 2 straight overs, but that's after an 11-3 run to the under. 6
of the last 7 have gone over between Minnesota and Portland. This from Steve Makinen. Bucks 23-10 overrun. 1-day rest this year. We mentioned how bad the Bulls have been with this 1-12 straight up run and everything you outlined also. So I'm with you. That game go under and the Bulls team total under as bad as they've been. And Charlotte has done well as a favorite. And they got to get these games now. They got Milwaukee breathing down their neck too.
Yep.
So now, all this talk about tanking and let's not win, still they're only like a game behind them now for that 10 seed. But there's wins coming for Charlotte. As I got a good team and some doable schedule the rest of the way.
Let me ask you this. If Wemby plays 65-plus games and they get the 1 seed from Oklahoma City, is he the MVP?
What happens in Detroit?
They're also the 1 seed.
Oh, boy.
Well, does it come down to those two guys then?
Yes. And also the missed games, though, too. That's the other thing. I mean, if all these guys are going to continue to miss games, then it's going to be Cade by default what happens. But if you have Wemby's got an excellent chance, and his number went down. I don't get it.
Still 25 to 1
25 to 1.
Right.
Because the guy who does the straw poll, ESPN, Tim Bontemps, says he thinks he can run him down and catch him.
I wonder how that would play out if the Spurs overtake the Thunder for the 1 seed overall and both Wemby and SGA play 65-plus games. Would that be the tiebreaker? Because SGA in the straw poll had, 79 first-place votes out of 100? It's like a landslide.
Well, it'd be hard to deny Cade, though, too. I mean, they might have the best record in the whole league when it's all said and done.
Yeah. But we're drawing a line through Luka.
Yep.
Joker can only miss one more. He's not going to win the MVP, is he?
It's only one more game?
He can only miss one more. Yeah. Seems unlikely.
Oh, good. Yep. I do like the Raptors. They're taking money, too.
Yeah.
OKC sitting everybody off the big win Sunday. I think Toronto gets them at home.
But
then again, it's that funky number, though, that I hate.
Well, it's up to 2.5 now, so you don't have to worry about that. 1.5's gone.
I think they beat OKC tonight at home.
All right, up next, we have NFL news to kick around. Again, I'll point out that a player at 30 to 1 or higher was mocked to go second overall this morning. And this team is going to suck me back in again. Let's follow the money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Coming up in 15 minutes, we'll talk about the Cognizant Classic. Will Jeff Sealey get his best bets with some analysis at that point? Pauly, some NFL news to kick around. The Falcons, now they have told everybody that, I think it's official actually, as of about an hour or so ago, Kyle Pitts is going to get the franchise tag, the tight end. This is the team that I mentioned before the break. They're going to suck me back in, aren't they?
Yep. 6.5 seems low. Browns, I can't see how the Browns go 7-10, and I can't see how Atlanta doesn't win 7 games. How Cleveland can get to 7, how Atlanta doesn't get to 7.
Well, there's going to be no more Kirk Cousins. They announced that they're going to release him on March 11th. So it's going to be Michael Penix and which other quarterback there starting the season? I kind of like your idea of going after a Kyler Murray, kind of. I doubt they take another player in the draft. Very good comments today by a lot of teams. Barry didn't give you much in Cleveland, but he did say, we could bring in a veteran. As Rizzo said, kick the can down the road on Watson. The Vikings said everything's on the table. The Dolphins said everything's on the table with Tua and a possible trade. But I'm with Rizzo, which, good luck doing that with what he makes and then the concussion issues, too. Not to mention he hasn't played well. And how bad he's been when Tyreek Hill gets hurt. You know that Kyle Pitts had 88 catches last year? Now, this is how he took off once Cousins came in, too. All right, so I hope that they found something and the new quarterback can actually, get the baton here. But that's why you got to be so excited. The weapons are there. It's in place. Yep. How'd you win? How'd you only go 8-9 last year? Sure. Bad coach to start with, and also Penix was kind of really bad to begin the year. But so this is how check that. Kyle Pitts finished the season. This started on November 30th against the Jets. He had 7 for 82 on 8 targets. He had 6 for 90 against Seattle. He had 11 for 166 in that barn burner against the Buccaneers and 3 touchdowns. He had 7 for 57 in a score against the Cardinals. He had a bad game against the Rams. That's when they beat the Rams and they were blowing them out early. And then in the final week, he had 6 for 58 against the Saints. That's now step number 1. shore up the quarterback position. They're 80-1. I like the defense. I like the new head coach. I just know for a fact they're going to suck me back in this year. That'll be 2 out of 3 years or 3 out of 4 with this team. The Rams want a new rule change. It has to do with that ridiculous and
Play of the year.
the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Now,
Who knows? Maybe the NFC title game would have been in Los Angeles.
Well, it should have been. I think 99.5% of people outside of Seattle would agree that should not have counted.
What are they saying? It's like you can't go back after a commercial and change it based on what a rule analyst says in the NBC booth?
So from
Or
what
Amazon?
from what I gather as of right now, the language is unclear. CBS Sports had this. One source with knowledge of the proposal said the Rams' goal is to fix what went wrong in a few places. That would certainly be one of them. And also the players gave up on the play.
Yep.
And Raiders GM John Spytek expects Max Crosby to play for the Raiders next year. So maybe they actually get that short away. Here's the big one, though. Mel Kiper dropped a mock draft today.
He did. Some of it, I think, is outrageous.
Well, which part?
Bain, 10th to Cincinnati.
Yeah, imagine
Great
if he would slide to 10 to the Bengals.
He can't. And Simpson going to Pittsburgh.
Now, what's the bad part about that?
They're giving up on Will Howard? They're going to take a quarterback there?
First of all, my
that.
takeaway was if Ty Simpson goes that high in the draft, these teams have a major problem.
That too, right. Pittsburgh could let him learn behind a veteran for a little while before turning the offense over to him, Kiper writes. This will be it for Rodgers if he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd see that be lunacy to me if he goes 21st. I agree with you.
So when Kiper did this, I noticed right away that, he's got Mendoza going number 1 of the Raiders, just like everybody else. Then at number 2, he mocked Caleb Downs, the outstanding safety from Ohio State, to the Jets. And I'm like, that's the first time I've seen that in a long time. So I went and looked. There's, by the way, a great spot that you can Google called Mock Draft Database, and it pulls up like every mock that's been posted in recent minutes, hours, whatever, and you can compare notes. He was the only person that I could even find that had Downs going number 2 overall. And Downs to go number 2 to the Jets is currently 30-1 at BetMGM, 33-1 at FanDuel. By far and away, the 2 players mocked most frequently at number 2. Arvell Reese, love him.
Okay.
Downs' teammate at Ohio State, but I don't want to bet, and I don't want to recommend betting a draft bet at minus 125 2 months out. Reuben Bain is plus 550 or plus 650. He was the second most common player mocked number 2 to the Jets. David Bailey from Texas Tech was right behind him. But this is from Kiper. Downs reads the offense so well. He has the quickness, physicality, and the ball skills to make plays both against the run and the pass. 6 INTs, 18 tackles for loss, 22 run stops over 3 years in college. Something that you hammered home every Jets game every week last year. They never had a single INT.
Yep.
And their current safety, one of them, Andrew Sisko, is hitting free agency. Maybe there's some logic behind it. Now, is it worth putting down a bet right now at 30 to 33-1 on Downs to go number 2? Maybe there is. But I also don't think Mel Kiper is the Bible when it comes to the mock draft anymore.
No. Plus, everything gets blown up if there's a trade.
No doubt.
Yeah, it could happen too.
So,
and Rizzo said that earlier about the Browns at 6. He has Tate going to Cleveland at 6.
Those are the only, I can double check DraftKings, but I did notice that FanDuel and BetMGM, and as we get closer to the draft, obviously more props are going to be posted. But those are the 2 at those books that they have up right now. Who's going to go number 1, which has been up for a while, and who's going to go number 2. I haven't seen anything beyond that yet. But that's if today was March 24th and Downs was getting mocked there by more than a couple of people and he was around 30-1, then I would take him probably. But I need more than one guy because you know how this works, when they drop every player or every guy at ESPN when they do a new mock, it's like, well, let's change it up. I can't have the same as what he did. Now we got to have people talking about it.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. This is interesting market up at DraftKings. They play tonight at 6:30 Eastern. Miami, Ohio, 27-0. Will they finish the regular season undefeated? Yes is plus money. They're laying 9 tonight. They take on another bad team, Eastern Michigan tonight. Western Michigan Friday. Then they're at home Tuesday, and then they close the season Friday night on the road. They'll be favored in that game. So there's still plus money to go 4-0 here and go 31-0 in the regular season. And then I think we both agree if they're able to do that, it doesn't matter what happens in the conference tournament. But they were plus 320 to miss, and now they're plus 270 to miss the tournament, even though they keep winning and playing good ball.
My God, they're ranked number 84 at Ken Palm right now.
So it goes back to, will the committee look at teams with a average record with good wins but also horrible losses, or are you going to take the team who says we tried to schedule people, we didn't get any help, no one would play us, and we still won our games though, and you got to take us because we go 33-1, whatever it would be then. Now, assuming if they lose either any of these next 3 games, and they're up against it, because then we're talking about a real bad loss now. So then it really makes it interesting if you lose in the conference tournament, if you're then be 31-2 or 32-2, whatever the number would be. But if you get, because Akron's good, so if you make it to the conference final in the MAC title game, then to me it's even with one loss, they're going to be good.
You said the number is what plus price to go undefeated regular season?
Plus 105 to go 4-0. There's 4 games left.
Okay, I got
regular season.
I got Bart Torvik right now, who projects out every game played. He has them winning tonight by 7. He has them beating Western Michigan by 12. He has them by 12 over Toledo and about 7 against Ohio. So I guess you could probably plug that into a parlay calculator with the money line and see if it translates to plus 105 or maybe a little bit better.
That'd be your big boy next Friday then, on the road, trying to go for 31-0 and cap it off. And a team total over again, 81.5 today. They've gone over their team total 11 of the last 12, and they average 92 a game. And they love to shoot threes, and they also had 45 points with 4 minutes left in the last game on Friday.
Yeah, this is the only meeting in the regular season between these two teams.
Yeah, I know. There was nothing to go on. Like we had with the Bowling Green matchup. Download the free Upside app, promo code NETWORK, start earning real cash back on gas, groceries, and dining. Join the 5 million plus users and earn your cash back. Stuff you buy every day, use it, head to the location, make your purchases, and save your earnings your way. Big savings, that easy. Just join the Upside app and get the cash back offer at a location near you. Shop as usual and cash out directly to your bank account, PayPal, or gift cards. Download the free Upside app now. Promo code NETWORK. Get 25 cents back per gallon on your first tank. Offers vary by user and location. See upside.com for details. Get it now. It's awesome.
Jeff Sealey on the program coming up next. We'll get his best bets at the Cognizant Classic, and we'll expand on placement markets. Looking for some of these numbers, top 5, top 10, top 20s, coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Time to look at the Cognizant Classic. Our buddy, Indy Jeff Sealey, joins the program now 1 day early. He is traveling tomorrow. You can follow him on X at Cupmaker Jeff. And the Cupmaker podcast is off this week, coming back next week. Jeff joins us here on the Progressive Guest Line. Hey, buddy, good afternoon. I want to begin with this. An email that I sent over to you from Sean, who was asking about placement markets, specifically the top 10, because that's what he prefers to bet every week on the PGA Tour. And he said he likes to pick a couple of guys in the 3-1 to 5-1 range. And he points out if I bet 333, I can make a profit. Anyway, he feels like the market has over-adjusted in signature events. Because the fields are smaller, the placement markets have much less value. For example, on FanDuel, you have to go down about 25 guys on the board to hit 3-1 in the top 10 market. He calls that brutal. Typically, you're at about 12 to 13 guys deep. And this is without Scotty Scheffler in the tournament. The field is 40% smaller, but I think the adjustment is too much. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to agree with that in general. I think it is harder in smaller fields, especially no cut of to be in some of those placement markets. So no, I generally agree with that. And it's interesting. A week like this is interesting where you have a much weaker field, a little bit more wide open, and we're going to talk about a couple guys here in a second, but like you could take this week. Let's say you like Brooks Koepka, who's taken second here before, right? You can get Koepka top 10 at 3-1 this week. You can get Davis Thompson 3-1 top 10. You can get got one of the guys I like this week, Max McGreevy, a lot. You can get him at better than 3-1 top 10. So I think that with weeks like this that are a really good chance to take advantage of that versus the smaller field signature events.
Okay, take us through your approach here and what you're doing and a little bit about the course, please.
Yeah, guys, so we're at PGA National. This is formerly the Honda Classic. There's tons of water. If you've seen it on TV, water on 15 holes, 60 bunkers, lots of birdie opportunities and lots of bogey opportunities, lots of trouble. So I took a little bit of a different approach this week, and really I looked at the top 4 guys at the top of the board, and given the pricing, I think I like all of them just because you can get them around that 20-1, and you can get them all roughly even money. Top 20. So the first guy is Ryan Gerard, grades out number 1 in my model, leads the field in total strokes gained, and he's third on approach. 17th in the field strokes gained at this event over the past 2 years. So he's had solid experience, good form coming in. Had back-to-back runner-ups earlier this year in a T11 at the Farmers. The AI Sims love him as well, ranking him number 1. So Gerard's a terrific play. Shane Lowry is sort of a course horse here, third in total strokes gained, ranked second by the AI Sims, and is top 20 in the field in putting last 24 rounds as well. This is really his only positive putting surface. Comes in having finished inside the top 25 in 4 straight events, so I think it's a good time to back Shane Lowry. And then the Højgaard brothers. Nikolai comes in ranked third by the AI Sims. He's 12th in strokes gained here last 2 years. Then it's solid putting. Finished 22nd in the Farmers and third at the Waste Management. So he's trending in the right direction. Third in the field in total strokes gained, second in boat bogey avoidance, which you're looking for when you got a ton of water. So I like him. And then his brother Rasmus is by far the best putter of the group, ranked second in the field in putting over his last 24 rounds. And this is his best putting surface by far. Second in the field in total strokes gained, fifth in birdies. So it's easy to click his name as well. So I'm making pretty decent sized bets on all of those guys to finish top 20. And then betting about a quarter of those units on the outright. So that's my approach this week. I'm kind of covering the top 4 because there aren't huge favorites, and there's really, really good reasons to like all of those guys. And I'm just going to play a few more guys a little further down the board.
Okay, well, let's get there then. Middle of the board, around 40-1 or so. Who do you want to start with there?
Yeah, guys, I mentioned Max McGreevy. He's a guy you can look at. You can get a really good price on top 10. He's 40-1. Tops in the field in total strokes gained here the last 2 years. Comes in top 10 in tee to green and total strokes gained. This is his only good putting surface, and he plays really well in weak fields like this. AI Sims ranked him at 7 overall, and I think he's very worthy of a top 20 play at plus 160, which is where I bet him. And then you can bet a little bit on the outright at the 40-1. And then Korn Ferry legend Johnny Kiefer, 52-1, 2-1 top 20, comes in ranked second in my model, largely due to the fact that he's first in greens in regulation, 5th on approach, 8th in tee to green, and 3rd in birdies or better. So this is a good guy we've mentioned before, has broke all of Scotty's Korn Ferry records. Ball striking is improving every week. He's made 5 straight cuts coming in. His around the green game usually kills him. I think that should be irrelevant here this week. And so I think it's a great week to hop on Kiefer. I'm going to bet him some on the outright, but I love the 2-1 on the top 20 as well.
Yep. I think before I saw your notes that you sent over before the show started, knowing you like I think I know you, I think I would have bet money that Kiefer would have been on your card this week, and it makes some sense. Okay, let's go down a little bit more then if you want to throw out some guys that you consider bombs this week.
Yeah, so my favorite player on tour right now anymore is Sami Välimäki. I love this guy. He's such a good long iron player. He's kind of a fun guy to watch, and so I consider him the best long iron player in this field, and he's the second best Bermuda putter. That alone should make him worthy of consideration at north of 60-1. AI Sims rank him 33 in the field, but in an event where longer shots win all the time, I think this is a great time to go back to Sami. Plays very well against weaker fields like this, demonstrated by his win in late November. made 3 straight cuts this year, so there's no reason that if his tee to green game is just field average that he can't win this week, because we know the putter can heat up. I like him. I bet him 2-1, top 20, and then a little on the outright. And then our buddy Scott, the founder of the Dexter Moss Memorial, texted me today and reminded me about Eric Van Rooyen. 175-1 and plus 455 top 20 for a guy who comes in second in the field in total strokes gained here the last 2 years. That is absolutely disrespectful for a course horse like this. Yes, his game is not in form, but this is a veteran who can work his way around this course. Definition of a bomb, but a guy I think you definitely want to have on your court card, plus 450 or so, top 20 is an amazing price on a guy who plays this well here.
Boy, that's a great find right there. And I will say on something like that, you can probably find at least a couple of books where you can expand it out. So if a guy is plus 455 in that territory to be top 20, you're going to get a pretty good number on him to be top 40 as well.
For sure. I would completely agree on that. Yeah. Top 30, top 40, you can often find on DraftKings, closer to the start of the event. So, no, I totally agree. And I think that's a great way to play it. That MGM has some of those as well. So, yeah. And then it's interesting this week, they're doing, on DraftKings, is doing some of the winner without Shane Lowry, Nicolai Højgaard, Rasmus, or Gerard. So all the top 4, they're doing some winner without. If you want some different action there, I think that's another fun way to look at this.
Hey, look, I mean, in this tournament.
Oh, I got to tell the story, yes.
Well, okay, so I took 2 guys, Jeff, to lead after round 1. I had to do it, right? Because there's no big boy at the top. It's Keith Mitchell at 40-1 to be the first round leader, and my guy, Steven Jaeger, 55-1. Come on, let's go.
No, listen, Keith Mitchell is the ultimate course horse, and the Jaeger bomb does seem to find his way as a good first round leader a lot. So I don't mind either one of those. You can certainly, first round leader. I don't mind those at all. Either one of those guys can make some birdies and get hot. And I remember when Keith Mitchell won this event. Do you remember who he beat down the stretch?
Oh, I know that he won it before, but I don't know who he beat down the stretch.
Brooks Koepka.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So maybe we see when it'd be kind of fun to see a revisit of that here down the stretch on Sunday. I just want to see Koepka play well, get ready for the Masters.
Yeah.
Hopefully he shows some signs of life this week.
A good Koepka and a Tiger in there would make it a lot of fun. Thanks, my man.
Totally agree. Thanks, guys.
So I had to. I started laughing when I saw who the defending champ is, and it's Joe Highsmith.
Uh-huh.
So on the show tomorrow is TMI Ozzy. So we'll do Bombs Away with our friend Ozzy, who we met for the first time. He came on the air. He bet Joe Highsmith at 950-1. And they got a little carried away about how much he won and how he collected on air. But he's got the receipt.
Did he have like $200 on it?
Yeah, he won $200,000. His friend came in a duffel bag with $191,000 and paid him. He needed a birdie on 18 to make the cut.
That's right. I know that.
He shot back-to-back 64s to hit the course record. And I think he was a situation where he was way back on Sunday, but then posted a great number, and everyone came back and it held up, and he won by 2 shots.
So he bet him on Sunday, or after he
can't
made the birdie to make the cut?
I can't remember. He'll tell it tomorrow.
Okay. I think he made the bet on Sunday.
I think you're right.
When he posted a low number and everybody had to fall back.
I believe you're correct.
At 900.
I think he woke up Saturday morning or Sunday morning and heard the announcers saying, "Hey, the weather could get dicey here.
That's right.
If you can post a good number, watch out." And based off of that, he bet it and won $190,000. And then sent us all the pictures. He'll be on tomorrow, Bombs Away, and give out some great stories. And if it's not 50-1, he doesn't even look at it.
Yeah.
Or higher. So it's a great story, and the first time we met him, and he'll be on the show tomorrow with the anniversary of Highsmith.
Up next, we have odds to kick around here. Who is going to get the final number 1 seed in March Madness? Could be a little juicy getting that final one. We'll kick it around and Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Well, I'm going to throw out some percentages and numbers for teams to get that final number 1 seed overall in the tournament. Before we do that, as we discussed, Miami of Ohio, they're in action again tonight. They have 4 games left in the regular season. They're big favorites tonight, and in all their remaining games, they're going to be projected anywhere between like 7 and 12 points the way it looks, and they're plus 105 to go undefeated regular season.
Are you going to call it good then if they go 4-0?
Oh, yes, I am.
I mean, that to me, it's ridiculous.
But again, they're 84th overall at Ken Pom, 78th at Bart Torvik.
So they were the hottest topic on all these media members when they did the mock committee thing about what do we do with these guys if they have 2 losses. But this, I think we all agree, and that's most of the room was on board. If they enter the MAC tournament 31-0, they have to be. And my God, I hope common sense would prevail. I don't care who's on your schedule at that point.
Total down to 152 tonight, by the way.
Oh, that's surprising.
No, you're
yeah,
right.
But,
you got to get in. Got to get in. So I have a Miami of Ohio source. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, fair enough.
He just texted me and said, not sure how much this matters, but when Miami closes the regular season next Friday at Ohio, the campus may be pretty much empty because Ohio spring break starts that day. There's a mass migration of Red Hawks prepared to make the 3-hour drive from Oxford to Athens to take over their campus, celebrating a perfect season. Here's what I want on a prediction market right now. If Miami wins that game on the road, will they storm the court? If they take it over like he's indicating here,
no, it's good.
And Ohio's campus is on spring break and all the kids are gone, if they close the regular season, they're gonna storm the court on the road.
Yep, good job too. I mean, ESPN2 picking up these games, you have to. I mean, this is great that no matter who you are and what league you're in, that you have a team that's could enter March undefeated. And let's watch it and see if it happens. And again, the MAC has only received an at-large bid once in the last since 1989-98, and that was the same team with Wally Zerbiak when they made the Sweet 16.
All right,
that they got in there and did some damage. So 31-0. Doesn't matter what happens in the MAC title. Let's get that. But plus money up at DraftKings if you think they can go 4-0.
Okay, so some areas where you can find who's going to be that 4th number 1 overall seed and bet on. Let's just agree on this. We have 3 number 1 seeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Duke, Michigan, and Arizona.
Right. And I would take those 3 against the field. I like the discussion Will Hill had on his show and those guys. And I know Pat Forty was the first guy to throw it out there in December, January, when Arizona and Michigan were kicking ass and taking names. But I feel confident Arizona, Michigan, Duke, you can have the field.
So Bart Torvik does something called the tourney cast. And it's all of his numbers projected, and he has an average seed assigned to every single team. Those 3 teams, their average seed, all of them are 1.1. He also has something called mode, which is the most frequent seed when making the tournament. Again, all 3 of those teams have a 1 seed. After that, that's it. He doesn't have a 4th number 1 seed right now. So the teams after Duke, Michigan, and Arizona on his 2 line would be Purdue, Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Iowa State. Houston's average seed is 2.8, but the seed they get the most at this point would be a 3. Bracket Matrix, which does a combination of more than 100 people who do bracketology. Same thing. They all have Duke, Michigan, Arizona. Their 4th number 1 overall seed is Connecticut. But it's not, I don't think most of this is updated after last night. Houston was the other team. Houston right now, you can't have them. They're not going to be there. That's 3 straight losses now.
Yeah, UConn's got a huge game tomorrow. Laying 5 at home to St. John's.
But what if UConn loses that game?
Yeah.
In a weak Big East where, I mean, yes, they only have 2 losses in conference, but many games I'm like, are you going to pull away and win this game, UConn? Or do you have a problem here? So they have a bunch of wins. They're a good team. I have a future on them. I'm not blown away at all from UConn. So I don't think Iowa State's going to get it. They're most commonly mocked at a 2 right now.
Nope.
I don't think Purdue's going to get it.
Nope.
I think we could see Illinois.
Yep.
And I also absolutely think that you can see Florida.
Really?
Now, yeah.
Lenardi's got him a 3 seed.
Well, they play Arkansas. They get Kentucky.
Okay.
I think they're going to, if they win out and also win the SEC tournament, they're going to be 28-6. And they're going to be as hot as any team in the country. And if nobody else wants this other 1 seed, I think they might take it. They're not even listed, by the way, in prediction markets right now to be the 4th number 1 overall seed. That's the team that I would bet on if the number was right. But Purdue was 51%. Yuck. Where are they at on Lenardi's S-curve?
2. 2 seed, but I think 7th overall.
How does he rank the 2 seeds?
Let me get it.
Okay, well then, Kansas is at 48%.
Oh, wow.
But most of these teams are. Like North Carolina is the same thing. There's not much money in this pool at this point. There's not a lot of volume. So, if you wanted to trade up a little bit on it, you could probably move some of these numbers. But Florida would be the one team I would look at. Illinois would be the other potentially. They're 37% right now. And Illinois is a team that I mentioned there. They are, right now, bracket matrix, the final 2 seed overall.
Before the loss to Kansas, he had it Iowa State, Purdue, Houston, Illinois in order, 2 seeds. Then he had Florida, Nebraska, Gonzaga, Kansas. So he had Kansas, the worst 3 seed.
Yeah, Kansas to me would not be worth a bet.
How about Gonzaga goes 33-2 and gets a 2 seed? I mean, that's in play, which it was a bad loss to Portland, but still, Gonzaga plays an outrageous non-conference schedule every year.
Okay, so here, I'm not going to give you the name of the team, but I'll give you their opponents coming up to see what you think of their path. At Utah, Texas Tech, at Arizona, Arizona State. Probably one loss there at Arizona. What if they win that game?
Okay.
It's Iowa State.
Yeah. Well,
are they going to have a case? Again, if no.
Yeah, it's also weird what the committee does. Sometimes they overreact to results of conference tournaments. Other times, especially if the championship game's on a Sunday, they pay no mind to it. Mm-hmm. And they already have the bracket made out, and you don't get a bump from it. It's hard to say.
They have done that quite a few times in the past. I can think of Syracuse. Hello.
You're right.
I can think of UConn, the year that they won it with Kemba Walker. What was it, 5 games in 5 days?
They were on the bubble.
And they got a 3 seed?
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? So, I don't know. If UConn loses tomorrow night to St. John's, they're at home. Again, you said they're favored by 5. I think they're they only have 3 regular season games left. They close at Marquette on Saturday the 7th. That will open it up. If they win that game, then they're probably most likely to get the 1 seed. Even I think if they would just make the Big East tournament championship game.
Good market, though. Yes.
You cannot ignore what Florida has been doing lately. I mean, 19-point win at Ole Miss, 14 against South Carolina, beat Kentucky by 9, beat Georgia on the road by 20, A&M by 19. That Alabama game, they won 100-77. They made, in that game, 3 threes. That was it. And they won by 23 points against Bama. Here's another thing, too, to watch with Florida. David Behrman's been all over this, and he has been a frequent guest on many different shows on this network. He tweets it out every single game. Automatic play, Florida second half.
Yeah?
He thinks Golden's the best second half coach in the country. They maul teams in the second half.
All right. Good observation.
Yeah.
This is bubble. Joe Lunardi, last 4 buys, Texas, UCLA, Auburn, Indiana. Last 4 in, Missouri, Santa Clara. Only once in 13 years has the West Coast got 3 bids. Santa Clara has a huge game tomorrow at St. Mary's. TCU, New Mexico. New Mexico, 1.5-point dogs tonight at Nevada. Mm-hmm. There's that 1.5 again. First 4 out, Ohio State, USC. Cal, San Diego State. San Diego State at home to Utah State tomorrow. Short favorite. I like USC tonight. First 4 out. Rivalry game. Love the spot. Catching 7.5 against UCLA.
UCLA off the huge win against Illinois in overtime.
Yes. Like that tonight, too.
I'll give you one, too. Missouri's 18-9. You mentioned them right there. They're a 3-point home dog tonight against Tennessee. It's a huge game for Missouri.
Yeah.
That will shove them in.
So do you trust Nevada tonight? Which I know VSiN Insights had a good tweet on this game where a lot of people think New Mexico is still the best team in the league, even though they've been a disappointment, but a great coach as the Cal Davis coach came over. Or excuse me, UC San Diego coach came over. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't believe the number Saturday. Nevada was getting 5.5 at home to Utah State. Yeah. Won outright. And now do you trust Nevada here against New Mexico? Can they win another one? Good at home. But I can't get a read on this New Mexico team. They have talent, but they've been a disappointment.
Well, it goes back to the game that you lost betting them.
Oh, blown out at home by Utah State.
Sure. And by the way, massive sandwich spot tonight for Arizona. They just beat Houston on the road. Now they're at Baylor. They get Kansas on Saturday.
Oh, good. Okay, good call. Get ready to win a larger-than-life World Cup experience only at Circa. One lucky winner gets a 2-night stay, a VIP cabana for the games at Stadium Swim, $500 in credit, $250 in food and beverage, limo transportation, cocktails at Legacy Club. Enter now. Kick off the World Cup the right way at Circa. Incredible giveaway, and for details, go to circalasvegas.com. Enter now and get the World Cup giveaway.
Up next, reaction to Kansas, Houston, and Darren Peterson. The biggest takeaway wasn't about Buck and Jones, nor was it about the Jayhawks.